Patrons, how are we doing? Let's just address elephant in the room. Very different camera angle this week, and it's all Tom's fault.
Sure. I'll take Tom, this for you.
Yeah, no. I left the clip for the tripod somewhere. So
I think this makes it feel more personable. They're on a
had to adjust to improvise. So what we'll do is any gameplay trailer we'll see, and I say it's an actual podcast. Well, it'll just be full screen. I'll just throw it over full screen.
Yeah.
To be honest, if it works well, it's not a bad idea to go out in the future. We'll see.
Chuck it on full screen might be easier.
Well, we'll see what people think. Yeah.
Well,
we'll see. Let's also see what people think because
you've had enough of the tripod.
No, as in we still use a tripod, but as in this.
Everything from the
framing
is going to be based on that small spindly chair.
Yeah.
And the kill team box.
I think it's very.
I'll put in the Discord afterwards. What it looks like.
What tonight's setup is.
I'll keep passing my phone for everyone. But how's the week been, guys? How's it been going?
It's been freaking long. It has been incredibly long.
What was the fucking... It's not coming up. Oh, there you go.
It's been a long old week.
Yeah?
First week back after the holiday, you see? Everyone goes crazy.
Do they?
Yeah, first week back after the holidays.
Yeah,
just everyone loses their fucking minds.
Staff
like they've never... Everyone.
Kids, everyone.
Kids, staff, like they've never done the job before or been in a school before.
I don't remember that at all when I was at school.
I'm pretty sure I was allowed to shit my pants. No.
You are, though. There's no rules against it.
What, shitting your pants?
Yeah, there isn't.
There are in schools.
No, there's no rules against it.
You need to be toilet trained before you come in.
Teachers don't.
Teachers don't. No, that is true. No one trains the teachers. That is very true.
Yeah. Do you know what I've done this week?
What you done?
I watched all 14 episodes of Firefly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It was...
Take my love.
Yeah.
Take my land.
So it's exactly what I expected it to be.
Amazing.
As soon as I saw it, was what's his name? Joss Whedon,
yeah.
Whedon, who obviously done Buffy.
Classic, yeah.
It is that early 2000s, before TV's taking itself too seriously. Cheesiness.
Did you watch film?
Not yet.
Yeah,
because it kind of ends, doesn't it? Like, but you told me this. You warned me that
it got cancelled.
It got cancelled. Yeah. And it really annoys me that the last cut is of that bounty hunter guy who I thought was a dickhead. He was just annoying.
What, you didn't like the character, or you...
Just, I thought he was...
Did the character work because he's supposed to be a cunt?
No, because I get that they probably were going to go further with it, and they didn't get a chance to.
Yeah.
But it just felt like, I was like, well, why? Like, and if that was... It got cancelled at the end of season 1. And I was like, that's a shit way to end season 1. But even if you didn't know he was getting cancelled...
I think it got
ending season 1 there.
Filming,
I've read it, so it was ended at season 1.
Oh yeah, it's season 1, yeah.
But as in season 1 was end of season 1. And I was
I
was like, that's just a shit way to end season 1. Like, if that finished like that, I wouldn't be like, wow, I need to watch season 2. It'd be like, oh, okay, season 2.
I don't know. After watching it, I was desperate. I was like, I need more of this show.
But it's really good. I really liked it. I'm going to watch Serenity, which I've heard mixed things, or I've seen mixed things about. I've not heard.
Yeah, yeah.
But then there's the stories now carrying on. They're releasing a new comic this year.
Well, they've already released a few.
Yeah, so there's a comic that finishes the story apparently in terms of it going forwards. But the new comic releasing this year is to do with the Alliance War.
Oh, so prequel.
Yeah, it's like a prequel thing. But no, it was good. It was good fun.
Yeah, I really like it. I don't think it was a bad episode.
No, there was a lot of diverse episodes. Like there was some genuinely laugh out loud moments.
Yeah, it's a funny show.
Like the one when they go to the planet and everyone loves Jane.
Janetown, yeah.
Janetown.
And a mud statue of him, yeah.
He's like worried because he thinks they hate him there. Yeah. And he turns up and he's like all hiding.
Yeah.
He's in the bar and he's like, Jane!
Oh yeah, they all sing the song of Jane, don't they? Yeah. I think it's probably due to the fact that it is one season. There is no episodes that feel the same as the previous episode.
No.
They're all very unique stories, episode to episode.
There was one thing that really irritated me actually.
What's that?
And I felt like the first 2 or 3 episodes were really good at kind of dipping their toes into the horror aspect with the Reavers, and then you never hear them again. And I'm like, these are really cool kind of haunting faction. Are they in the film?
Yeah, but they're much more horror in the show. Yeah, like when they go in the
when they find them bodies
ship
and they're like all like sewn up together and you're like, that's horrible.
The Reavers was going somewhere. That was part of the main.
I feel like that was probably going to be. Like you kind of tease them in season 1, more of them in season 2, then like season 3 would be a Reaver season or something like that, like a big
Yeah. The film is sort of like a hyper condensed version of what they were going to do.
Okay.
And I mean, extremely.
Did you enjoy it?
I thought it was alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
I thought it was alright. It was one of those ones. I didn't see it when it was first out.
Yeah, neither did I.
I saw it once it was cancelled and then came back to it, and I went into it with all the hype being blown at it.
Okay, yeah.
So when I went and watched it, I was like, this is alright, but I don't get why everyone is so sort of, oh my god, this is great, and you're like, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it's not the greatest thing I'd ever seen.
See, I went into it. It was hype, but it wasn't like oh, it's the best show ever. It was just sort of like, yeah, this is a good show and it got cancelled, and people are annoyed that it got cancelled.
Yeah, no.
So I went to watch it and I was like, yeah, I really like that show.
I was like way past that.
Well, no,
I only watched it because I finished the Outer Worlds now, and it was everyone kept saying it's really big influence on the Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
And it was like
soundtrack's really good to the show.
Soundtrack did sound good,
I really like the soundtrack.
But then again, he did the same thing with Buffy. The soundtrack to Buffy was really good.
Yeah, true.
It hasn't made me want to go watch Buffy again.
See, I tried to.
But I've heard going back to Buffy's hard.
It is. Yeah.
I've heard it's not very good.
I didn't watch it because I was quite young at the time. I didn't watch it religiously. It was one of those shows that when it was on, I would just watch it, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on half the time. So I went back to try and watch it a couple of years ago from the beginning, and I was like, "This is a bit of a slog."
Have you ever seen the original movie? Did you watch the original Buffy movie?
The original movie?
Now that's a classic movie.
I don't remember it at all. I watched it on Sci-Fi
because
when I was like
it's
10.
one of those movies that's just shit.
Is it
but
really
you
that
love
bad?
it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's got Donald Sutherland in it, and it's just
I've never seen the
it's
original
the
movie.
tits. It's like one of these movies you love watching because it's not great. Because the TV series follows on straight from the movie. So at the start of the TV series, they talk about her being expelled from her last school from burning it down. Well, in the movie, she burns down the school as part of how the movie ends. So the TV series follows on straight from the movie, except it's a different kid. It's a different everything. But yeah, no, the movie's hilarious.
So Hilary Swank was in it apparently.
Yeah.
Jeez.
David Arquette. Oh, it's a real who's who of the 90s, isn't it?
We were
It's a bad movie.
Before you guys got
But you'll
here,
enjoy it.
my mother-in-law was watching Heartbeat, and Benedict Cumberbatch popped up on the screen. I was like, he was in Heartbeat.
Oh my god, is this one of his early acting?
Yeah,
credits?
He definitely suits
he orders a drink from the bar, and I was like, it's freaking Benedict. He looks about 17, like 18 in it. She was like, oh yeah, so it is. I was
like Heartbeat.
Well, you could do that, couldn't you? Which actor has not appeared in Heartbeat? There's been
That's the
so
same
many
point.
cameos.
That's like Casualty, isn't it?
Oh
Yeah.
god, yeah.
They'll have either been in the Bill, Casualty, or Heartbeat. It's sort of like, where do your
Brian
favourite actors come from?
and anyone else overseas, we would go, what the fuck's Heartbeat? Like, it is the most British.
I can't imagine it really making any impact overseas, can it?
Saying that, don't you? Like the
Maybe in
Americans
Australia.
adore how English we are, don't they? So they probably would love it.
The Americans might like it,
Maybe. I don't
but
know.
it is very.
It's not Downton Abbey, is it? Let's be honest.
No, that is
They
true.
go, that's mental how much I like Downton Abbey.
Exactly,
They
yeah.
love
And
it.
this is not
Ridiculous.
Downton Abbey. I want to see how long Heartbeat went on for.
This is better
Too
than
long.
Downton Abbey. Nick Berry, mate. That's when it went downhill. Get rid of him. Yeah. What was that song he released? Every winner's a loser, is it? Or every loser's a winner?
I don't remember. I blanked it from my life.
Nick Berry, what a hero. What a
I just
hero.
came to Wikipedia.
Nick Berry. We should have a Nick Berry Day.
What, a national holiday?
Yeah.
Wow. It went for 18 series between 1992 and 2010.
Yeah,
Good
only
lord.
finished in
It was still
2010.
going in 2010.
Yeah, no, I remember when I was a kid, it used to be on TV during dinner. On ITV.
I mean, I remember.
And
I
you
thought
sing along
it got
with
cancelled.
It would be Sundays. It was Sundays it was on, wasn't it? Because we used to watch it on Sundays.
I don't remember the day.
Because we used to watch Heartbeat, and when my sister would go to bed, then I would watch London's Burning,
Yeah.
then Soldier Soldier with Robson,
The entire
Green,
ITV
and
back catalogue.
Jerome. I can't remember his name now, but Robson.
Yeah,
Jerome.
Robson and Jerome.
Yeah, Heartbeat's based on novels.
Yeah, by
Called Constable. The novel was, or the series was called Constable.
and
Go on, you can do it.
no, I can't.
By Nicholas
No,
Rea.
I was
Tesla.
thinking the wrong name. Nikolai Tesla.
Yes.
Can you imagine
Got it
it
in
was?
one.
I have made the science
He wrote
bits
Heartbeat.
and a whole load of books about the English countryside.
You never know. You never know.
Bring it back, I say.
Have you
No,
been...
the one I always loved was Sharp.
Sharp.
My dad loves Sharp.
Yeah,
Never-
Sarah
I-
loves
Sharp.
I watched bits and pieces, but I never watched the show properly.
Yeah, no,
Sarah
love
loves Sharp with Sean Bean.
Sean
isn't
Bean,
it?
isn't it? Yeah.
He is Mr. Sharp.
Yeah,
He
that's
is,
it.
yeah.
I ended up reading the books because of that TV series.
They're also supposed to be pretty great.
The
aren't they?
books are brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking fantastic.
I was just too young for Sharp. Like when I don't know when it was on TV. I was
Shut up. I'm more interested in this shit now.
But
How
I-
long did these things run for?
Yeah.
But I remember watching it as a kid and was too young to understand fully what was going on and didn't really like it.
Yeah, ain't really a kid show, is it?
But Sarah loves it. Like Sharp.
But it was more like a mini.
Rob Roy.
Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
they-
selection of miniseries is Series I.
Siri.
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 Yeah, there was. Yeah. Each
There's
one
only
was
16
like a
episodes.
book.
That's what I'm sort of thinking. That can't be right.
No, they're really long though. It's not like 45 minutes
series originally
episodes.
ran
They're
from 1993
16
to
episodes.
1997.
16 episodes from 1993 to 2008.
yeah.
Because
Then you had Sharp's rifles and Sharp's other
yeah,
things.
Sharp's
and
Challenge, Sharp's
Yeah.
Peril.
each one, they're movies.
We're always Sean Bean.
Yeah, he's Sharp.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's Sharp.
yeah. It's Sharp's Rifles in '93, then Sharp's Eagle, then Sharp's Company, Sharp's Enemy, Sharp's Honor, Sharp's Gold, Sharp's Back,
Sharp's Honor
Sword,
was good.
Sharp's Regiment, Sharp's Siege. Quite starting to get hard to say. Sharp's Mission, Sharp's Revenge, Sharp's Justice, Sharp's Waterloo, Sharp's Challenge, and Sharp's Peril.
Were they all based on books?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it takes you from Sharp just being this
Yeah.
leader of a company of hot ass riflemen to being the man.
The
who-
saviour of Britain.
Yeah.
Saviour of the Empire.
That's pretty cool. Pretty
Yeah.
cool. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I don't know why I've never watched Sharp. Really got into Sharp.
It's the same way as I used to watch all of the Inspector Morse.
I used to watch.
Midsummer Murders.
I don't-
Miss Marple.
I didn't like Inspector Morse. I used to love Touch of Frost.
Used to love touching what?
Remember Touch of Frost?
Yeah, I
I'm
remember
aware.
Touch of Frost.
David Jason.
I'm aware of it.
David
Touch,
Jason.
touch
I'm too
of Cloth is
confident.
far better.
Is it David Jason? David.
David.
What's his name? Del Boy.
Yeah, David Jason.
It's David Jason. Isn't
No,
it?
you're right. It is. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to love
See,
that.
I'm aware. I remember that being on, and I'm.
Have you
choosing
registered to
ignore
vote?
it. Yeah, of course I
Good.
have.
Good. Just
I'm
checking.
not a lunatic.
Are you old enough?
Well, you are a millennial.
That's such a.
Are you old
okay
enough to
boomer.
I'm not a boomer.
I know. Yeah.
It's my fucking parents are boomers. God damn
Yeah.
them and their money.
My dad's a boomer. That's weird that both our parents are boomers. My dad old.
How old's your dad?
Late 50s.
Yeah, your dad's old.
Yeah. Are you ready to vote, Lewis?
I am, yeah.
Oh, good. Well done.
No, good.
Yeah.
Can't
You're not
wait
here.
to vote Nazi Party.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one is the Nazi Party yet, though, so I'm waiting for them to show.
I was
their
gonna
true
go down
colours.
in my Nazi outfit. I've been practicing. Yeah.
I'm gonna put smiley faces next to all
And then
all the ones.
ask
All
them,
of them.
ask them where it is and wait for them to go. We'll wait to vote.
Which
That
way,
way?
which way is it over here?
Yeah.
Over
Yeah.
here?
Oh, I still love that when we played that Hell Let Loose.
That was good. Oh, there you go. There's something I liked this year.
Hell
There
Let
you go.
Loose.
Yeah,
that's
Apparently, I got an email the other day saying it's been really a lot of content.
I've had a lot of updates that I've not checked out. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's sitting there going, you need to update
One
this
day
game.
we'll play it together.
Yes.
It's
Probably
just
not.
having
though.
time. It's 2 hours a game.
Yeah, but
2 hours
at
a game.
least get one game in.
It was fun though.
It's fucking great. I love
Like
that.
I got so many good kills.
Yeah, I got good at it.
Mostly your own people.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
matter. There's so many good kills.
I got
Like,
genuinely decent at it, and then I stopped playing it for 20 years.
It's
so
just
now
like-
I'm probably awful again.
I was getting so. It was that one kill. Remember when the guy was running across the field, and I was thinking, what an idiot! Like, what an idiot running across the open field. Do you not know I'm a master marksman? And I was like, I shot, and I was like, Tom, I got him! Tom, I got him! And it comes up. You killed a
Yeah.
teammate. And I'm like, Tom, he's on my team.
awful.
Yeah, and then someone spamming chat. What was it? People were in. You get a little chat come up, and people are like, "Can you stop throwing grenades in here now?" Is it too late? Like, so good, so good. Yeah, should we go on to a podcast?
Let's do a podcast.
Do the podcast.
That was it, patrons. It wasn't as I don't know, rammed as usual.
Well, they get the post show.
Maybe
No,
post show.
we might be
Hold
up for
your
it.
horses, you greedy bastards. All right.
What's up, and welcome to the Indie Credible Podcast, Season 2, Episode 37, a weekly podcast where we get together and chat about the world of indie gaming. We go through all the indie games we've been playing, we go through the latest indie game news, and we cover a main topic. This week's main topic is we've chosen a hidden indie game gem from this year that you guys, unless you listen to us on a regular basis, probably haven't heard of, and we recommend you go back and check out. Before we get into who's joining me today and what we're doing, a quick apologies if you are watching on YouTube. You'll notice
I'm so sorry.
we have. You'll notice that we have a very different camera angle today. Now that's purely because it's my fault. I left the clip for the tripod shop, but so we're doing like this today. It basically means any gameplay video, any preview stuff we show you will be shown full screen. So if you do want to check out any of the stuff, you are listening to us, you want to go check out gameplay, then make sure you head over to youtube.com/IndieCredible and you see it full screen. If it works well and you guys like it, let us know in the comments below, and maybe we'll keep this kind of camera style or angle, but we will make it a little bit more conventional rather than just off the whim. Yeah. But joining me as always is
TV down.
Tom.
I know.
Hello.
From Shriek and Profit, and Dan.
Yep.
Who can be found at the Dice Bear. Obviously, we don't appreciate for our lovely patrons, but how have you guys been? We weren't here last week. Fireworks night and all that jazz got in the way, but how have you guys been?
It's all right. What do you want to know?
How's the week been?
Got a carpet burn on my leg.
That's it.
Let's not go into that, shall we?
Oh, no,
Yeah, on the knee?
It's not sexy. No,
Oh.
on the outer thigh.
Oh.
It's about this big.
Oh.
Mo, you're going to have to explain.
Yeah.
I was very drunk last weekend.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember coming home.
Right.
I woke up in the morning
Yes.
with half a glass of water, which is unusual for me.
Okay.
A big carpet burn on my right leg, which I didn't know what it was at first. And came downstairs and said to Dad, look at this. And he goes, it's a carpet burn. By the way, your mum had to mop up about half a glass of water this morning from the bottom of the stairs. And I was like, oh. That kind of sort of piece it together.
Slowly the evening is coming back together.
I got myself a big jug of water.
Yeah.
Started to walk upstairs. Fell down the stairs at some point. Spilled half the water and then went to bed. That's what happened. It must have been what happened.
That's good.
Have you got carpeted stairs?
Yeah.
So that's where the burns
Yeah,
come
so I'm
from then.
assuming
Right,
the
okay.
It makes sense for the water to be at the bottom of the stairs. I must have been on the first step.
But you kept the jug. So
I
you
kept-
saved the jug
I
as it was
saved
going.
I saved the jug and I got half the water. And it's
Yeah.
a big jug, so that's quite a lot of water still. I mean, it was a nice drink when I woke up, but I was a bit confused as to why there was only half. But yeah, so yeah, that's how the week's been. It's been a real carpet burn on the leg kind of week.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
Fair dues, Danny boy.
I don't have anything as exciting as that
No.
to say. No,
Was that exciting?
you woke up with a carpet burn and half a jug of water. This is the start of a lot of indie games.
It was quite a mystery.
But yes, we.
Hang on. That is the start to the detective game. The one that was just
Can't burn
released.
half a glass of water.
With the drunk detective, the one that we really loved, and I've forgotten the name of the fecking game, which is really bad. Where you're the fat drunk detective, and he was abusive to the women.
Disco Elysium.
Oh, yes.
Disco Elysium,
Which apparently we have to play by the end of the year because it's in contention for Game of the Year.
Was that
Yeah,
this year?
everyone's
That feels like
talking
2
about.
years
It only
ago.
released.
Only
released
released.
like a week
Oh
ago.
yeah, we played it a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, it released this week. Everyone's loving it. But I'm pretty sure that is the start of it. You wake
Yeah.
up, half a jug of
Well,
water
you
and
choose.
carpet
It's
burns.
based on my life.
You kind of
so-
choose to remember what you want, don't you? You're
Yeah.
like, I think this happened, and then that kind of goes
And he
into...
remembered the half a jug of water.
Well, yeah. That...
Oh my god, your life is Disco Elysium.
What can I say? Rough and tumble detective.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not how he is in the game, but okay.
Haven't played it, so I took artistic liberties when they adapted my life to a video game.
Nice.
Fair enough. Fair enough. As I did say, guys, this is the Indie Credible podcast. We are available on all podcast services. We're available on YouTube if you want to watch us in video. And if you like what we do and you like the video and you want to help support us, you can support us over on not Indie Credible. We can go to indiecredible.com if you want. You can also support us over on patreon.com/Indie Credible. $1 a month gets you access to our pre and post show content, which is about half an hour a week where we just chat nonsense. This week I spoke about Firefly that I'd started watching. Or I actually started watching and finished. And you guys spoke about some other little games and stuff going on, didn't you? But anyway, that's for our patrons.
All right.
So
That's what
as
happened.
always, we kick off with what we have been playing. Obviously, we've got 2 weeks to catch up on here. Who wants to kick us off with what they've been playing?
Let's go, Tom.
I'll go first.
Hit us
because
with this.
It's been a crazy couple of weeks, guys. Can I just say?
Yeah.
Um,
Carpet burn and half a jug of water.
yeah, it's that kind of couple of weeks. I played Carry On. That's probably the biggest thing I should talk about.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
his video, haven't you?
There's
Yeah.
a very
the What Is
tired
video's up.
What Is video.
I liked it. It's good. It's good. What
Was
is
it alright? I was very sleepy playing that. It was quite late.
I couldn't work out if you enjoyed it or not, though. That's what I
I
couldn't
don't
work
really
out
know.
from.
I thought about it more a bit afterwards. It's I think my main issue is that I don't feel like
So what is
in
carrying?
control. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you are basically a disgusting, slimy tentacle monster on some kind of space station or whatever, and you're trying to work your way through eating people. The more people you eat, the bigger you get, and that's the more health you have, the bigger you are. It's just sort of Metroidvania, but you're a disgusting monster instead of a dashing hero.
And you've got these tentacles that shoot out and allow you
That's
to
how you
move
traverse.
across.
Yeah, traversing is done by you basically hold the mouse in the direction you want to go. You sort of pull yourself along.
Oh, okay.
It's not like arrow keys or anything like that.
Oh,
And it
okay.
automatically fires
It
the
will-
tentacles off to...
Yeah, they all go.
Yeah,
It just pulls you immediately.
This was showing off. It was heavily showing off the Devolver Digital
Yeah, this was their big
Conference.
sort of, oh, look
Yeah.
at this.
E3. Yeah, this and I always forget the name of that fucking battle royale weird one.
I don't even remember this. I don't
You know,
remember
the like it's a knockout running race battle royale.
Yeah, with the little blob
The
guys.
little blob guys.
I want to say King of the Hill, but it's not King of the Hill.
But anyway, that's they announced these two together.
I'm actually looking
I'll-
forward
I'll
to that
play
one.
that one out.
What I'm interested by
Yeah.
is now you said the whole mouse.
Yeah, yeah.
And that. Because it seemed like there was some almost stealthish elements. So you could take the option to be stealthy past
But
guards.
to be honest, that's probably your best option because
So how does it work with the whole not controlling so much? Is it still? Do you still get the finesse?
there's not much finesse in that, to be honest.
Okay.
It's because especially when you're bigger, because there's momentum to you. So like, if you're big, you're much heavier. If you're like zipping across to a certain place and you've got the mouse where you want to stop, you'll sort of fall past it a bit and then slowly sort of come back to it
Right,
because
okay.
you're so big. So you want to get used to that. That's kind of up to you to get used to how big you are and the momentum of carrying your big squishy body around.
Gelatinous arse across.
Yeah, but I expected it to be I was the monster, so I'm the nightmare in this situation, and I'm just going to be a massacre. I thought there'd be difficulty, but it just seemed like I'm scared of the people
Okay.
because they fuck you up.
So that there
Yeah.
you're quite underpowered.
It feels that way. You get new attacks. Well, I got a new attack as it went on, so I assume you get more and more the more you
You
upgrade.
become more powerful.
But you take a bullet, you're taking a big chunk of your health. You will lose.
When you
size.
take so you lose size, so your health
Yeah,
is directly
health is
related to...
how big you are. Yeah, and you get to the
So
point
that's
where
your health gauge as
you're
well.
trying to run away, but obviously you're just copping bullets left and right, and you get smaller and smaller and smaller, and you die. And then you respawn at checkpoints. You have to save at checkpoints manually. It's not. It's more old school in that sense. You don't.
Okay.
It's not auto saving constantly.
Yeah.
You will get to a save point, and then you will save.
Okay.
So that can be frustrating sometimes, is when you're trying to get through a bit and you go bad. But that's the nature of the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nature of the beast.
Yeah. Christ, I hate coming here.
So you were pretty excited going in to play it.
Yeah, I was because it looks great, and honestly, the animation is flawless. It looks so nice.
Yeah.
the way the
It looks disgusting.
attached
Yeah.
to all the walls and stuff. and you
It
can
did
zip
have a
along.
very nice
yeah
sort of
It's-
and impact as it went in.
and it
was-
feels good to eat people
yeah,
as it does
In the game? Or,
Yeah.
both, yeah, of course. And
Chianti.
obviously, the more people you eat, the bigger you are, the more health you have.
Yeah.
But like I say, it feels so. I feel so underpowered. I feel like I should be more terrifying to the people.
Do you think that's something that will change later in the game once you have the power, or do you think they're just going to start
Maybe.
introducing
I
more
don't-
powerful people?
There are three kinds of people I ran into.
Yeah.
Like standard civilians, and they don't do anything, just run around.
Yeah.
There's free health basically. Civilians with pistols, like sort of normal guards, and
Yeah.
the pistols will fuck you up.
Yeah.
They don't mess around. And then there's like military guys with flamethrowers, and that will kill you pretty much.
I saw you like running for water.
Yeah, you just the only way to stop being on fire is to get in the water.
Yeah.
But there's no evading it or anything, because obviously you're on a 2D plane and it's quite tight spaces, so you can't, like flamethrower particularly, you cannot evade it.
Right.
That's why I found like a sort of secret little tunnel where you zip up and around. But even then, like going back through, I had to jet past as fast as I could to get to the water. Like you're guaranteed to lose health.
Right.
I could be just terrible at the game and I'm missing something obvious, but it seemed harder than I expected, considering I'm the monster.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
How so the game's not releasing until June 2020. Demo's available now. How did it feel in terms of like build wise?
Oh yeah, I could say it'd been a finished game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It felt fine to play. It didn't feel unfinished or like alpha or anything.
Yep.
That felt like a proper slice of the game.
Oh, nice.
Like I can imagine the rest of the game would feel just like this.
Still looking forward to it?
Nah.
More intrigued or just
less intrigued?
Less intrigued.
It's just because it's not what I expected it to be.
Okay.
It's not a fault of the game. I just really thought it was more of a sort of
a
power fantasy of being this nightmare creature.
Going through, destroying
Whereas
things,
it is just more of a stealthy action Metroidvania, but rather than playing the hero, you're playing
I feel like you're
perceived a villain.
Your standard hero, person with gun. I feel like I would feel less underpowered as a person, just in general. Like in similar games I've played like this, when you're just a guy with a gun or whatever, that feels better.
Okay.
Like I feel weaker as this monster. I feel like a weak thing. I'm scared to get in any line of sight of the people because they see you like that.
Okay.
I don't want them to see me because the second they start shooting, that's like half my health gone.
Okay.
So it can be a little frustrating. But there was obviously like elements of puzzle to trying to work out how to get through the level without getting seen or minimising how much you get seen.
Yep.
It's interesting. Other stuff I played, Super Hot. Played that before.
Yeah.
Super Hot, carry on.
Yeah.
You playing that VR?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did this thing kind of done with my VR. So my problem at the moment is my extension lead to my TV is quite a long one, and it doesn't have enough plugs to plug in my VR and my TV and everything else, and PS4. So I thought, I'm screwed. I'm going to have to buy a new extension lead. I've been meaning to for ages and still haven't. But then I thought, oh wait, there's a plug on the other side of the room, and I have an extension lead that's sort of half the length. I could just sort of temporarily plug it in that way, and then when I'm not using it, I'll just unplug it so I don't have a lead going across the floor. Yeah. You can't do that because you're plugging in the processing unit, and the HDMI connection goes through the processing unit. So if you don't have it plugged in, you get no picture. so I've had this wire across my floor for like 2 weeks now. It's very messy looking, but I just can't be asked to unplug it all. But I played some VR games. I played some Super Hot. A little bit of. I did the Battlefront thing. I showed my parents VR. Got them in it.
Yeah, nice.
They loved it.
Nice.
It's fun to watch my mum. Did that shark thing, remember, from the PlayStation Worlds, whatever it is. Experiences in there. Put her on some of those. She thought that was quite fun. But yeah, Super Hot. Still really good. Still quite frustrating. But yeah, that's fun in that game. I like the challenge in that game.
Nice.
Like I said before, once you get it down, you feel like a master.
Yeah, proper badass as you can.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what
Speaking randomly on another bit, just thinking as I am about the VR. I had a look at my dad's new art piece, which is in VR.
Yeah,
it's fucking good.
Yeah,
and I know he watches this, so I don't want to say too much about him.
He called me out on Twitter.
Freaking ego boy there. Really good. His new bit. I can't wait for it to be finally done. But
we can censor all
this if you want. Trippy.
Brioche and avocado included.
Oh no, he's not that type of bloke. It'd be sausage rolls and a Nuki Brown.
Nice.
You know,
sounds good.
Probably with brown sauce.
Yeah, so, always brown sauce.
So when is this available for people to go see?
I'm not sure because he's saying it's not finished, but that's an artist saying something's not finished.
Yeah.
It's this great bit. So basically, you're going to sit in this room and you put the VR headset on, and the walls aren't there anymore, but they're drawn in outline, including chairs leaning against walls and that.
Right. Okay.
And then you're freaked out by all of his head. Like repeated 25, 60 times, staring in at you. And I'm just like, well, what's really freaky is they're all bloody bald. So there are all these bald dudes. I'm like, well, he's got my dad's face, but it's some skinhead. Jesus. And if you know my dad, he's nowhere near a skinhead. Nowhere near a skinhead. Way too, he'd be busy sewing things into his jeans with flowers and sitting in trees. Yeah, let's listen to some hippie music. I'm not going to get stoned because I don't smoke or do anything cool. But really good though. Yeah. So I can't wait until that comes out because we're going to have to go and see that.
Sounds cool. I'd like to go see it. Yeah.
Sorry, that was I was just talking about the VR. It reminded me of sitting there looking at it.
That's cool. Well, do you want to talk about things you play, or do you want me to jump on it? What do you want to do?
Let me have a look at yours. I'll go through mine because most of mine I can't talk about.
Okay.
Fully because I've been playing Year of Rain.
Yep.
Which you sent me. And if anyone's ever played Warcraft 3, so the old real-time strategy where you've got your little peons and they'll go and cut down wood or do a little bit of mining and slowly build, that's what this is.
Okay.
I sent it to you because it's RTS and I'm like, I don't really like RTS. And I know you always go, I like RTS. So
I do like RTS. But this is very much old school.
Is that good or bad?
Well, I'm not sure yet. Give me a little bit longer playing on it. I'm enjoying it. It's got the thickest AI going. So in the old games,
as in
it used to be like
or as in dumb.
Dumb. I don't use thick as sexy because being thick is just not sexy. Okay. I mean, I cannot find the Kardashians attractive.
No, it's thick as in if you're
THIC. Yeah, I know. I get that, but thick is just not sexy.
Wow.
I can't get into that. Do you want to be sexy? Have a brain. Now that is fucking hot.
Fucking hell, what no.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Shut up.
If you could name all of the Star Trek Next Generation episodes,
that ain't having a brain.
This is getting stiff. Right? No. The AI is really thick, as in you've got all of your characters, you want them to move to a certain place, there's a tree in the way, 3 of them are going to get stuck on the tree. And like, how do I get past this tree? How do I get, just sidestep left?
So it's just bad AI.
Oh, I don't know, yeah. Yeah, at
bad
points.
Pathfinding.
But it's the bad pathfinding is in there. The rest of it, I'm enjoying so far.
Okay.
My only issue is that Warcraft 3, the remake of Warcraft 3, should be coming out very soon.
Yeah, it's not long, is it?
Yeah.
And if that's what it's competing against, then Warcraft 3 is going to win.
Yeah.
So you've got that issue there. I haven't played enough of it yet to really turn out and go, yes, this is the game. But what I've noticed so far is really bad pathfinding.
Okay.
I've played a little bit of Citadel Forged with Fire, the MMO where you're a wizard.
It's like
and you've woken up. Yes,
first
you wake up
person,
as a wizard, basically. Yeah,
Always
first person. It's very much. It reminds me of Conan Exile and Ark and all of that. With what you're doing, it's like, oh, you can build stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I can build that in those games. You're a wizard. Yeah, all right, Hagrid, calm down. You know, that sort of thing. So far, very underwhelmed.
Okay.
I can't chat with anyone because everyone playing it is Russian. Literally
Russian.
Everyone playing it is Russian. The chat is just Russian, and I do feel like I'm infiltrating some type of spy ring as I'm playing.
Yeah.
That is your Russian as well.
That's my
I don't know.
Japanese.
I'm not sold on the world. You're waking up in this broken down medieval sort of castle thing, and then you go down and there are bears and rabbits and trees, and I'm like, I don't know why do I care? Conan Exiles, I'm playing Conan. You're a barbarian. You're a savage in this world.
Yeah.
Ark Survival Involved. I get you want to go see dinosaurs.
That's what it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Right. That's what it's about. This, I'm not sure.
Is the magic not enough to fill out the world?
Well, no,
No,
because there isn't a lot of magical stuff going on apart from that you have magic, and your magic abilities at the start count to you being able to make an axe and then use an axe. It's not very magic.
There's no tree kind spell.
No. You get an axe and I'm just like, hang on, I'm playing the same game I played another time. This might change as I get further in. It might have more depth to it, but at the moment
How much longer are you going to give it?
I'll go quite a way into it because
Yeah.
I quite enjoy these sort of games, and because this is new, you get a feeling there might be something further ahead.
Yeah.
A lot of these games don't actually start doing anything until you're 60, 70 hours in. You know, the build up to it is huge and can be quite boring, but once you're at that point, it might.
MMOs are all
go
about the
somewhere.
end game, aren't they?
MMOs are all about the end game in this big bit. It's alright. I've been playing Abaddon, which is a card game.
Is it Abaddon? What? I can't remember what it's called.
Abaddon, Albadian.
You carry on and
Albanian.
I'll get the actual name of it.
It's a card game, a board-based card game.
Right.
Where, depending where you are on the board, gives you different powers. You're fighting beasts. They say it's an MMO. It's not an MMO.
Okay.
It's a story-based card game. And my issue with it is there have been so many this year that you're going to compete against, you know, Slay the Spire and Trials of Fire and that great one set in the futuristic bit. Cyberpunk. I played it on Steam. We got the codes. Can't remember the name.
Nowhere Profit.
You've got all these card-based deck-building games that you're competing against, and all 3 of those are really fecking good.
Yeah.
This one, I'm not sold at all. At all. even that, oh, well, if you place your character on this one, you're going to get more mana, and you're like, that's not enough to sell a game to me. Because when I'm playing Trials of Fire, I've got to think, well, actually, I need my character to be behind this beast and this one to move here to be able to control the entire environment.
Wars.
There you go.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, it feels like...
It needs to do more further in. The cards, so far, that I've seen... nondescript, generic.
Yeah, they're very generic. I mean, I've not written this down because I've got about an hour and a half on it, and it feels like the board, how they want the board to work in terms of how you manage the board to battle, is thought out well, and it seems like it's got like potential there. But the card art is so uninspired. The card text is like you could take it from any card game you've ever played. Deal range damage between 2 and 3, and that's another thing I don't like. I don't like RNG and card like between 2 and 3. Like,
well, no, just say tell me what it
2
is
damage,
I'm doing.
okay?
Yeah.
Or if they're wounded, I do an additional damage. Like, don't say what it mixed. Yeah. So far it feels the story hasn't got me captivated at all. It plays out much like a visual novel where you're constantly talking in visual novel to 2D sprites, just talking. There's no voiceover, so it's
text at the bottom.
Just text at the bottom.
You're spamming A.
That's right. Yeah. I'm not reading this. Go on. I'm really not interested in your world. It's is where I am with that at the moment. That doesn't do it. However, the next game I played is because it came onto Xbox Game Pass. And came out a while ago. Is Minute.
Oh, it's so good.
Jesus, why didn't I play this ages ago?
Yeah, it's so good.
So it is Zelda.
Right.
Think of Zelda, except you only have a minute to play the game.
Oh, okay.
And then once that minute is over, you die.
Oh.
And you go back to the start. But anything you've collected in that time or any mission you've started is still active.
Right.
So you've got a minute to get from where you are to the place you need to be for the next part of the puzzle. So you're off like a fucking shot. You're like, oh, I found this water barrel. That guy over there said if I get fish in the barrel, he'll do this. Well, I've got a minute. Let's fucking run. And you're slowly learning the map. And the map obviously can't be that big because you've literally got 1 minute to get from A to B. But you do find yourself going, run, dodge these guys. You haven't got time to fight. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I've managed to get the sword. That's great. Next time I'll be able to kill the crabs up there. Go, everything. And it's because it's a minute. There's just this pace, and you're constantly ticking over. And you're like, yeah, I'll just do another couple of runs.
Yeah,
I'll do another couple of runs. Shit, I've been playing this how long? The game's only a minute.
they get around the map being larger by having there's 3 checkpoints overall. They're beds, and if you sleep in that bed, then when you die next time, you wake up in that bed.
Right. Can you choose between the beds, or is it still?
You have to go. You have to get to that bed and sleep in it before.
And you've got a minute to get there. Yeah. There's a brilliant bit near the start where you go to a lighthouse and there's a guy talking really slowly, really fucking slowly. And I stayed and listened because I'm like, I bet he's going to tell me something stupidly important. It's going to be amazing. I must stay for everything. And he basically tells me there's sunken treasure out to the west, and I'm like, is that fucking it? Luckily, you do get a trophy on Xbox for it.
Good.
That goes, well done, you stuck it through. And I was like, as my character dies, I'm like, you wasted 1 of my minutes.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's a really good game, really fast paced.
It's Devolver Digital. It's got that 8-bit.
Yeah, it's 8-bit.
Black and white 8-bit visuals to it. It's I really liked Minute.
And it is that Zelda top down, move it around. Is that this year?
Yeah, that was. Or was it this year?
See,
no, it was last year.
That's the bit I can't.
It was last year.
Really impressed with that game. Really enjoying it.
I
might
really cool,
pick it up on the Switch if it's on the Switch because it's the type of game
I
can see myself just ditching out.
I think it's like £8 brand new. When it's on sale, it's like £3.
That's ridiculous.
Wow.
Because really enjoying it. And the last game I played was After Party.
Yeah, I still not played this.
After Party.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Why did you say, huh?
I was like, how are you playing it?
It's on Game Pass.
Oh, God damn it.
It's only on Xbox Game Pass, not
it
PC.
Is
oh, right, okay.
Not good.
Oh.
It's not good.
Oh.
I've not played it yet. I've heard mixed things. I've heard some people really like it, some people just don't like it.
It's a sad miss on a story. It's a point-and-click adventure.
How depressing.
That you're moving through.
Yeah.
I like point-and-click adventures, so I'm not bothered by the fact that it's slow to move. You're going through that bit. The story is a flat fail.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Which is because it kind of parts of it feel like, oh, we're heading towards Bill and Ted. We've got this sort of, because you've got your two characters, they've got nice rapport between each other. You're like, okay, this could be funny. The jokes fall flat. It's a miss. It's a miss. There's a swing and a miss.
Huge
there.
bummer.
Sorry.
That's right. You still have to get it. If it's not that great, then you'll pick up on the Steam for God knows how cheap.
Yeah, I suppose.
But yeah, that's annoying. That's annoying.
And I think that's me. I don't think have I played anything else. Oh, I haven't played, but I'm really annoyed by. So you know how I did a what is video of Demon Pit,
Yeah.
right? And I wasn't impressed.
Yeah.
Right, but I did have a bit of a laugh playing it, running around, being silly.
Someone commented on that, saying it was one of the. There's a really funny line in there.
Oh, that was Trev.
Was it Trev?
Talking about.
So
I was trying to collect health at one point, and I called it something. I can't remember what I called it now.
Let's find the comment.
I'm going to find the comment, but I went on because when I put a video up like that, I'd like to then go and have a look what other people say, just to see. And so many people are like, "Oh yeah, it's so smooth," and it's even in my video. There's a point where it judders. The whole thing slows down because it can't cope with the monsters on there.
Yeah.
Or I'm watching people playing it and they're struggling at like one of the earliest levels. And they're like, oh, this is so tight. And you're like, you just shit, it's not tight.
Yeah.
This game is not good.
It's like I was joking with your brother though with the whole Death Stranding stuff.
Yes.
So like it's absolutely
Sorry, I'll turn
absolutely mediocre across the board is what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah.
But then there's like people on there saying best game I've ever played. Like these reviews are like
I've
95.
seen that,
Like you're like what? Yeah.
Kojima fanboys, isn't it?
Okay, so it was a quote from Trev, one of our patrons, and he says, his quote is from my video, "Give me the health, you podgy love egg." This is the best game review ever.
Podgy love egg.
The best bit is, I read that. I don't even remember saying that. I had to watch the video again.
Yeah.
I go, oh, yeah, why the f did my brain say podgy love egg at that
It's a good
point?
insult though, I like it. Yeah.
But yeah, lots and
He's
lots of
writing down
videos
podgy
of Demon Pit.
Yeah.
Of Demon Pit, and
Yeah.
they're all like, "Oh, yeah, it's really good, it's really good," and you're just watching them playing it, going, "How can you say this is really good?
Yeah.
Have you never played Quake or Doom?
Yep.
Probably not.
Cool.
Have you played Quake or Doom?
I played Doom.
Sorry. Genuinely upset.
I'm not fucking talking to you anymore.
It's not my fault.
I played Doom because I think.
Whose fucking fault is it?
I was about to say everyone's played Doom, but clearly not.
Well, what scenario would I be in that I could play Doom?
I don't know. Breathing.
See, that's not a real answer, is it?
You're running on
No.
a McDonald's till now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
You're
have
always in
don't have one of
McDonald's.
those, do I? But it's not on anything, is it?
What,
on
Quake?
Steam.
It's on Steam.
Joking, yeah. I know, but it's not something.
I also have it
ever-
on most consoles.
I never thought to buy it ever.
You should play Quake.
I've never played Quake. I've only played
You
Doom.
should play Quake.
I played Doom
Why
and
Quake
the original
specifically?
Unreal Tournament.
Quake was one of the real pushing the boundaries of where we moved into gaming.
Right. Okay.
And the level designs, lighting, everything in it is.
It's got no
impressive.
crosshair,
Also, it's got the 9 Inch Nails soundtrack to it.
Oh,
which
pretty
is
cool.
Fucking
It's got no crosshair. It's just bad design.
yeah, real gamers don't need crosshairs.
I need my crosshairs.
Or anyway, what you do is
Where's
you
the red
rip the
dot
corner
sign?
off a post-it note and you put it in the middle of your
I was
screen.
about to say that, yeah.
Did you
say
never
that.
do that?
No, I was going to say, you just do that. Just
Yeah.
mark the middle of your screen somehow.
Yeah. Did you never? Oh, we used to do that. That's how we used to cheat when we were playing things like Time Splitters.
No.
And that lot, you used to stick it in there, and then you could easily no scope because you're already scoped. You don't have to fucking.
So I played 3 games over the last 2 weeks. One I've been meaning to play for so long, which was Deliver Us the Moon, the one that we.
Yes,
don't know.
I'm still meaning to play.
I've done the preview. I played the preview
I
build.
keep updating it, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'll play it soon.
I played the preview build of it, and then I was like, it was fine. And then the full build came out, and this actually gets you to start from the beginning, which the preview build didn't.
Right.
And just the game is very underwhelming. It takes so many things. It doesn't do anything new. It takes so much stuff from games that have already done mechanics and just regurgitates them out.
Yeah.
And not even in a pleasant manner. So the basic aim and basic gist of the game is it's for lack of a better term, narrative adventure / walking sim, whatever you want to call it, where Earth is
a Death Stranding, you might say.
Yeah, where Earth is sucking energy from basically the moon was getting energy and beaming it down to Earth, and that's how Earth was surviving. The moon went quiet like 50 years ago or something stupid, and then where it went quiet, all the energy companies went out of business, and then now the Earth's like this desolate land where these few little tribes are around. But this kind of hardcore group of scientists stayed around to try and repair it. And they've now finally built a rocket over the last 20 years of all this salvage stuff to send someone to the moon and deliver back the moon, basically. Go find out what happened, why it went radio silent. So the grounds are there for a good story, and it kind of toys on the fact early on as, is this a horror game? Is this an event? Where's it going? Like, it does it quite nicely. It controls like garbage, and I found that why like later on. So when you first, it's almost like you're drifting in a car. When you're running on the floor, and then you turn around a corner, you like your back legs kick out a little bit, and I was like, why? Like,
you're on the moon?
No, this is before you go to the moon.
Oh right, okay.
But
You've got no legs.
What it is because then it's only about half an hour in. You're on the spacecraft and you're floating around basically, and it's clear they've used very similar coding from the floating around to you running around.
Oh, okay.
So that it feels basically the same.
Just tie you to the ground.
Basically, yeah. And the floating around is done as well as it can be done in games. It's never comfortable to do when you're trying to bump into stuff and you're like trying to go, up is down and down in all this nonsense here. Like, because you have to buoy it, like you have to go up and down and then steer and all that jazz. But it kind of it starts teasing that it's going to go somewhere. And I will say now, I haven't finished it. I've played 4 hours of the game. And I just don't want to play anymore because it doesn't go anywhere with it. And then it starts doing these really annoying puzzles where, like, most of the puzzles are you need to get power supply in this part of the station to open it up and find the information out. Mm-hmm. And you have these weird little security walls that you have to pull power supplies out of. Now, it would be easy just to go, there's one power supply, stick it there, you're done. But for sake of padding and for sake of going, our game is 7 hours long, you need to get this one. And then now you need to go up and down over these electric wire cables. Well, wait a minute. The part of the station we're in at the moment hasn't got any fucking power. So there's electric cables everywhere. Like, Jesus. And it does these puzzles, like, kind of changes the skin on them, but it does it over and over and over and over again. And it wasn't giving me any story. It's annoying. It was annoying because some of the story you find, much like in Fulbright games like Tacoma or Gone Home, where you find it on your own, is the better story. Like, you're finding these snippets, you're like, this is really cool. And I found out about this affair that was going on the base, and then it was all like, wow, that's cool. But the actual story that's pushing you through, which, let's be honest, 90% of people are going to be playing it for, is just like, what? What? This is nonsense. And it just falls flat. It's a shame because it has so much potential. The first hour had me honestly like, where's this going to go? And then it's just like, it just doesn't go anywhere, does it? This is just it. This is the game. So that's Deliver Us the Moon. I wouldn't recommend it. If you wanted a game like that, I would say Observation does that game so much better if you want an actual space station drama. Tacoma does it really well.
Very good.
There's a game called Adrift that released a while ago, and it's not as good as Tacoma or as Observation, but it does what it's trying to do better than what Deliver Us the Moon's doing.
Yeah.
And they take a mechanic directly from Adrift, which is where you're going to explore so far because you have obviously lack of oxygen. So you have to get these oxygen canisters to store one in your bag, in your belt, and then take one or like put it in your arm.
Drink it.
Yeah, no, you
I'm oxygened up.
Stick it in your arm or something, like, and then you get like 2 minutes of oxygen.
Right.
But it's literally like even the UI for it is from Adrift. I'm like, you literally just taken, and that's the best thing about Adrift was the whole mechanic. Because you're like, there's a body over there. Have I got enough oxygen to get to them and back? Which was a good mechanic. But yeah, that's Deliver Us the Moon. I'm going to move on to Sparklight next. I can finally talk about this game a little bit. A content embargo drops when this podcast goes live, but not a review embargo. So I can talk about the first 2 hours of the game, basically.
Right, okay.
So Sparklight is the one a lot of people are excited by. It's the very much classic style Zelda game, and it literally is classic style Zelda. Like every which way but loose. It's a film, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I'm trying to remember it because I always get that one mixed up.
Clint Eastwood,
with,
isn't it? With the orangutan.
Yeah. There's another movie I always get it mixed up with, and I can't think of the movie now.
every which way but type. No, so this game here, you're playing as, I think her name's Ada. I think it's Ada. And you're in this ship. It goes down at the beginning. You're trying to repair your ship. It crashes down at the beginning, and then you're on this land, and it's like, oh, it's all been corrupt. It's like, go and help the barons. This baron's a bad man. Go and sort this out, and off you go. Now, there's a lot I like about this game. In terms of, it isn't a roguelike or roguelites, because yes, you die and you go back to the main base, but you don't lose anything. Right. The only thing you lose is your like any items you had on you, but like you only pick up 3 of an item. So for example, you might have a torch that you can only use 3 times to illuminate an area. You might pick up these rockets or these bombs, but when you die, you lose those. You don't lose any currency. You don't lose any progress you've made in the map. So that's quite nice. It's not punishing you for that. It's really tight mechanically in terms of, it's never overwhelming combat wise, but some enemies can overwhelm you. Like in terms of their movement's always the same, but you can easily make a mistake and get killed and be like, I shouldn't have gone there.
Yeah.
And it has that risk and reward where you're down to 1 heart health and you're like, I shouldn't take this guy on, but I know he's going to give me good money, and I want the gems.
Yeah.
But it has that. It's not too challenging. The music's very nice in it. It looks very pretty.
Yeah, it looks nice.
It's paced quite well, which is for again, it's not really a roguelike, but in terms of something where you, like a Metroidvania where you die and go back to the beginning, it's quite nice. Like, I've never felt like I've overstayed my welcome in a set area.
Nice.
The upgrades aren't too expensive, which is nice in terms of, you're not like, I need to grind out 5 hours to upgrade 1 fucking shop, and then like, oh my god, like it doesn't have that.
Yeah.
The issue it has is it doesn't do anything new. Like if you're like, oh, I want this Metroidvania, like it looks amazing, it's gonna push the boundaries on a new Zelda. But no, it doesn't. This is just Zelda.
Yeah.
This is just Zelda with a new skin on it.
So do you think it'd be good for a new generation of players who haven't really sat through Zelda
Especially old school ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And I think even if like, I'm enjoying it. I like Metroidvania games anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it. It's like, is it going to be Game of the Year? Probably not. In fact, definitely not. But it doesn't mean it's a bad game. It's like a perfect thing. Like I'm now like 6 hours into the game, and I'm still plugging away at it, and I'm still enjoying it, and I'm still like, I want to see it through. Like, and that's testament to Metroidvania. How many Metroidvanias I've started and not finished is a lot more than Metroidvanias I've started and finished.
Yeah.
So the fact that I want to see this through, and I feel like it's always giving me something new.
I think that's what made Yoku's Island Express so good.
Yeah.
Was that it was this Metroidvania that actually you wanted to play all the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can say that felt very different and very new, didn't
it?
Yeah. And it was quite paced as well, wasn't it? You were never stuck in a set area for
ages
so long.
thinking, oh god.
Yeah.
But no, it's definitely got something about it. I'm playing it on the Switch. Runs lovely on the Switch. I'd recommend it on the Switch because it is a case of play an hour, put it down, play an hour. I wouldn't if this was on my PC, I'd probably play it less than I am.
Yeah.
But like, it's a classic case of like, oh, I need a dump. Cool. That's 20 minutes game time. Oh my god. Like, let's be honest. That's where everyone plays Switch.
I'm just worried about 20 minutes shit time, mate.
That's wrong about
that's
that.
20 minutes.
It's me time.
Oh, me time's different than taking a shit.
If Sarah's in, it's about 45 minutes. If Sarah's not in, it's like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Done. Let's go back to the bedroom.
But no, it doesn't do anything new. It doesn't break grounds. It's not going to revolutionise the way you see Metroidvanias or new takes on Zelda games. Some people will play it and go, "Oh, it's just fucking ripping off Zelda." Fine, you have your right to say that.
Trying to do though.
But it is the whole side-scrolling screen, like single screen scrolling around on the maps, the tile-based maps. The way you find items, the way the dungeons are, is literally Zelda. Like, shoot this totem and the door opens. And like, but I'm enjoying it. Like, it's fine.
That sounds fun. Looks nice.
And the final game is a game I knew nothing about until I played for a What Is video called Alder's Blood.
I haven't watched this one yet.
And this is now one of my most anticipated games for next year. You're not going to like it.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
But... As I was saying in the video, after 5 minutes and I realised the mechanics, Made by people who know how to make these games. This is, through and through, what I've seen so far, the best take on a turn-based game.
So no RNG.
Or no RNG.
If there is RNG, there's...
No RNG.
Good.
No RNG. So the way it works. So this is really good.
Just show me where Daddy touched you.
So it's very for give context to the actual game. All This Blood is very Bloodborne-esque with its world and aesthetics. So you play as hunters who are out there to protect the general public from demons and beasts. Very Cthulhu-inspired in terms of their design.
Right.
And basically these hunters work in groups, and you just have to travel around, do the different jobs, and kill the beasts. Yeah. Now, it plays on stealth mechanics as well as it does on the turn-based action. Now, the stealth mechanics are brilliant here. Because it tells you and shows you what there is. So, for example, there's a wind mechanic. So, whatever direction the wind's blowing, you have a smell come off you, and that's a trail. So if you go too close to the enemy and the wind's blowing the wrong way, they're going to smell you because you're playing against beasts.
Right.
So you have to take that mechanic into consideration. Now, when you attack, you have 3 different types of attack. You have like a long-range weapon attack, which is a blunt attack. You have a melee attack, which is a sliced attack. And the other one I didn't unlock in the preview. It wasn't in the preview, but I think it's a magic attack. Now, enemies each can only be killed or damaged by one attack. They can't be damaged by more than one attack. But if I'm against an enemy that can only take blunt attack and I can't do blunt attack, I can do an overpowered attack to knock their shield down effectively and then banish them. And the idea is you have to banish these creatures, otherwise the other beasts will smell they're dead and find you.
Right, okay.
The RNG mechanic in terms of there isn't one, because if you can see them and you can shoot them, you hit them. There's no, you might hit them. You hit them. Mm-hmm. Simple as that. The damage you do, it says exactly how much damage you're going to do. It doesn't get more damage the closer you are to them. It's like you're a ranged weapon. You can shoot from anywhere in this area here. There's like sound mechanics to it there's sound mechanics in all these games, but there's sound mechanics in this that actually show you the sound mechanics. So when you make a shot, it will constantly do this kind of wave effect to show you that people in this area can...
Nice.
Everything in this game, like I said, works. And this is like a preview build that they've made for people to try out. It was backed on Kickstarter. And I set out to play like half an hour of the game for the What Is video. I think I played like 45 minutes for What Is video. And then ended up, once the video had finished, playing all the preview content, which was another 2.5 hours. And was just like, wow, this is so good. Like, it looks very much like the Banner Saga in terms of its visuals.
Right.
It looks very nice. It just works. And I keep saying this in the preview, but so many times you play turn-based games and they just don't work. You know what it's like.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And they don't. This just works. Everything this does just works. You have this camp mechanic. So when you're camping, you send people out to do foraging of different stuff. A little bit like Darkest Dungeon in terms of they have to kind of rest or they have to go get something like this.
Yeah.
And then that all kind of plays into the team morale and all this stuff. It's really good. It's honestly one of my most...
It's a far more comic art style than I was expecting. Sorry, we're watching the video just on the screen.
Well, they're watching now anyway,
above
so
us.
yeah.
Yes.
They'll be seeing it in full screen now anyway. But
so they can't see us.
So, but yeah, so like it's very good. It's very, very good. It's definitely one of my most anticipated games next year now, because it's been so long since I played a turn-based game that felt solid, that felt like it was made with passion. I thought Mutant Year Zero was going to be that, and it didn't, because it had too much RNG in it. Whereas this is a case of
and it had awful stealth mechanics.
Yeah,
the worst I've
non-existent.
Whereas the stealth in this game is a case of you know exactly where the wind's blowing, and the wind will change at the end of the enemy's turn, so it means that you can't get caught out. You can't go somewhere, then it goes to the enemy's turn, and all of a sudden it changes direction.
Cool.
It changes at the end of their turn.
I got to say, I like the visuals of this.
Yeah,
the art style of this is actually a lot better than quite a lot of ones I've seen.
It's really nice. I really like the game. And if you want a turn-based game, like a strategic turn-based game, this is a game I'm definitely saying like this is for people that like.
And this comes out next year at some point.
Next year, yeah. The preview build was for backers for who backed on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I didn't back on Kickstarter. They just threw us over a key. As far as I know, the preview build's down now. They've taken it offline. It was just a case of play it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But no, it's definitely keep an eye on it. Orders blood. But yeah, should we? That's it. That's all. That's all I played.
That's what we've been playing.
All right.
Should we go on some news? We've got tons of news this week. We've got 3 pieces of news.
Woo! One of them's not really
calm down.
Not really. No.
Who's going to do the?
You can.
Me?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll do it.
News.
Ooh.
Sorry
Nice.
if you're doing, because then we swapped.
Yeah. I like it.
So kicking us off with a bit of news is the Endless Mission, the one that you make a game in.
Mm-hmm.
Got an early access release date of the 14th of November. We all have some keys coming.
Woohoo!
The early access release will see the story mode in the game, which will take you through, at the moment in the early access, it will take you through 2 different genres of games. For a quirky story, it will take you through the back end of those games and kind of show you how
Wait.
I know
how to go, mate.
show you how they've been made. Those games are an RTS game and a platforming game. And then all assets from those games, as well as additional assets for RTS and platforming games, will be available for you to create your own games with. More genres will be coming in as it goes on further. And also, at the moment, they don't support the use of you importing your own rendered 3D models, but they will support that in the future. Yeah.
Do you mean it's on release, on full release?
Well, they just said it is coming.
In the future.
It's coming, yeah. It is available to share with the community. You can't share outside of the gaming community at the moment, in terms of you can't make a game there, rip it out the game and sell it.
Yeah.
It is a case you can only share it in the game at the moment.
But the back end of that looked very much like if you got to the point you were making games, you understood it, then you just needed to take yourself over to Unity or something like that, and you'd be able to know how to do it.
Wasn't the UI very Unity inspired? So in terms of like,
they were talking about a couple of them that it was inspired by. There was a Unity thing, and there was something else they were talking about. It was very impressive. It is the type of thing I remember saying to them that, are you going to be doing packages for schools?
Yeah.
Because I would love to take this into the
It'd be
school
awesome if, I'm sure the program of this is a fucking nightmare, but it'd be amazing if there was like a toggle so you could switch between like Unity UI, Unreal UI. So if they wanted to learn that, they could get used to the layout of.
Yeah.
I'm sure programming that would be an absolute pain in the ass. But I mean, all you got to do is copy and paste. So. I mean,
you've got it in one.
That's programming.
That's programming.
That is programming right there.
Yeah, it's copy and paste.
Copy and paste, mate.
Copy and paste.
Yeah.
Look at
Control C, Control V, mate.
Copy
Easy.
and
Easy, son. Yeah. If you're getting technical, Control X. Rip it, mate. Fucking cut the shit.
That's technical.
No, I mean, so we're gonna each get a key for it, and then over Christmas we're gonna have a bit of a play around on it.
This is why I said, oh shit. Because if you remember, he was talking about this a little while ago about us getting a key. And Lewis's grand idea was that we were going to each make a game and that people were then going to be able to judge our games.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's kind of...
I can't wait for you to play my game.
They can't, because people can't...
the lizard.
People can't play the game outside of the game. But what we can do is we can do a fun little video where we play each other's game.
What is video? What is...
Are you a caveman?
What is this
What is video?
game? What is video? That's my game.
Oh, what is video?
What is video?
Wow.
It's going to be, you've got to figure out what to do with a VCR. And a tape of Highlander.
Is it an RTS?
You're going to be there with a tape of Highlander and this video.
Is it an official tape or so you taped off
no, it's off Sky Movies when they gave free weekends back in the 90s.
It has porn at the end.
Yeah, obviously.
And then suddenly it's like something your dad recorded.
Svetlana, welcome to my room. I've made you this tumble dryer. Let's fuck.
And suddenly it's Back to the Future.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, no, it's good to see it's finally getting a release, albeit early access. Yeah. And I think you're absolutely spot on. Getting this into schools could be if you could get stuff like, kids, you can make a battle royale game. Here you go. And what? Can make my own one. It's like literally a case of just drag that asset there and do what, like, all from super simple all the way down to
right now. Let's really develop in the back end. Let's really look at these different bits, and it's a lot of stuff that I do at the moment with the kids using Scratch.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of time the kids enjoy Scratch, but it's very limited to what it could do. Whereas this was very much actually This is open to everything.
Yeah.
And you can really go for it. And don't worry about breaking it, because you can't. Because you can always just reset back.
Yeah.
You know, if you save in the right place, you can undo.
Yeah.
And you can just take yourself back and talk yourself through it. And a lot of the games in there were very much like, oh, here's a massive gap you've got to jump over. How are you going to do that? Oh, well, we're going to go into the code. We're going to start looking at it that way. Or we're going to really simply just add this block onto this block, which will let us jump. Oh, well, that gives you that bit. But these kids are really good at coding. Well, I'm not going to let them to do that. We're going to take them straight into the code, and they've got to find the precise points and move forwards. And you're just like, yes, that's what you want.
Yeah.
Especially when you're teaching it, you want to go, no, you go and explore.
Yeah.
You know, the way we used to do it with level creators and that wasn't that we actually knew what we were fucking doing. We just sat there looking at code going, what's that number mean? I don't know, change it and see what happens. Oh my god, his head's huge. This is fucking amazing. Send it to everyone. You know?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm looking forward to with this. I think it's going to be amazing in schools. I think it's going to be a great way to get more developers, more indie games, and therefore more people listening to this show.
Yes.
That's it.
And hopefully money.
At the end of the day, it's about us.
It's
That's
about
it.
us.
You know?
Full circle round. But it ends here. Starts and ends here.
Starts and
Starts
ends
and
here.
ends here. Everything does.
Next piece of news. Avicii Invector. Invector that released 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
What is this?
Well, this is the Avicii version of it.
It's now, it's finished basically.
So what it is, it's cashing in on his death.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer and I was like, that's kind of gross, isn't it?
So Wide Productions have jumped in with it, but they're really good at releasing solid games.
It's already a solid
Grip,
game. It's already released.
Like Shaq Fu.
What? Hang on. Yes, I was just
Deliver Us
about
the Moon.
to say, what do you mean by solid games?
Grip.
Like a good turd. You know, like
solid turd.
when you've drunk a lot of Guinness and you get that nice black shit.
Oh, that's the stuff.
You know,
Good,
good,
yeah,
solid.
I mean, it's been a while. I'm going to be honest. Wide Productions went for a phase of releasing some really good stuff.
Yeah, they did.
I can't remember now the last time they released something I would say was really good. Oh, I think it wasn't bad. Close to the Sun.
It wasn't bad, no.
It wasn't
good,
blown away, but it wasn't,
it wasn't what we wanted.
compared to what else is in the walk with them at the moment.
I guess so.
It's
That is
amazing.
the cream of the crop, isn't
Yeah.
it?
But anyway, Avicii Invector is releasing on the 10th of December with its brand spanking new cashing in on Avicii release. It is coming to Xbox for the first time, and it will be coming to Nintendo Switch in 2020. What is new is it has an additional 6 songs in the game, a new world to play through in the single player story mode, and it has a new level creator mode.
Right.
So
that's cool.
Yeah. That's it, basically. Other than that, it's the game that you and I put many hours in.
Yeah, and I am the best in the world.
We'll soon find out because it will release again soon.
I'm in the top 10 of
We're
many
releasing again
songs.
soon. I'm blaming that you were playing the early access release, and
it wasn't early access. It was a fully released game.
Mine was bugged. This is the full release.
So just took a quick peek at Wide Productions then, thinking, okay, there was a point they released a game I really liked, and there must have been a point where they released a few. Having a look there was only one.
What was it?
Victor Varane.
Right.
I like. What was the other one they've done?
They've got Pool Nation.
Great game.
Nothing wrong with Pool Nation, is there? Let's be honest.
Have you played it?
No, but I know it's solid.
What if you're a Pool fan?
Then go play pool, you dappy fucks.
Oh, I like
Town of Light.
I like
yeah,
Town
I
of Light.
wasn't a fan of Town of Light. Max the Curse of Brotherhood, I thought was overrated.
It was a remake, wasn't it? Grip.
Grip. We love Grip.
Yep. And then Shaq Fu.
Shaq Fu's great.
They're the ones on sale at the moment.
Town of Light.
Yeah, I like Town of Light. It wasn't amazing, but it was cool. Anyway, moving on to our final piece of news. A game that Dan I know is excited by. Backbone. Backbone?
I was about to say, I don't remember that. What's
Backbone? Backbone is the raccoon detective game.
Oh, yes.
The 2D pixel arty point and click adventure 2D adventure game, detective adventure game, where you play as a raccoon, has just released a prologue demo, which is available now on Steam. It's completely free. You can give it a go. It will set up the story for when the story releases in 2020. When it releases in full, it is coming to all consoles. It's coming to PS4, Xbox One. No confirmation on Switch yet, and it's coming to PC. The demo will be coming to Xbox and PS4 closer to Christmas, maybe just after Christmas. But it's available now. It's a game that is, I think it's going to go massively under the radar.
Yeah.
And it looks really cool. It looks interesting.
It's a film noir edge on a detective novel, except you're a raccoon and and there are foxes dressed in suits. I find it amusing. I'm sorry, I'm someone who, as a child, read Redwall and things like that about animals who could be people, and sod it. It's hilarious. I just find it funny.
Yeah,
very good.
And I love a good detective story. So Miss Marple meets animals of Duncton Wood.
Animal Farm. Miss Marple in Animal Farm.
Anyone else, when they hear... we're going to talk about this. This is Patreons only. Okay. I'll talk about it later.
Animal Farm.
Yeah, but we'll go into it later.
You don't know what we're on about, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You thinking about the book?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
And that is it for news. Woo! But before we go into the final topic, I wanted to quickly give people an update because the last podcast this year will be the 9th of... It will go live for you guys on the 9th of December. It is a week earlier than we were initially planning, but the reason for that is that I am having a big spruce up, upgrade of stuff in this room. So I'm going to give myself 4 weeks to get everything done. Walls painted, new lighting in, all just bits and bobs kind of cleaned up and sorted out. So it's a lot probably gets a better production quality. It'll be nicer to film in. It'll just be nice area space. So yes, so the 9th of December is when it will go live, and the first one back will be the 6th of January. So that's where it is there. So we go quite over that time, guys. We always take time off over Christmas anyway. It's just a week earlier than we normally do, but that's because it gives me a week head start on starting to crack on with this stuff here. Because I break up from work on the 13th of December. When do you break up, mate?
20th.
Cool. It's not
22nd.
At least you get free holiday. It's free holiday.
You get 2 more days.
Free holiday.
It's free holiday. It's not out your holiday, though, is it?
Oh no,
it's out.
It's taken from my holiday days. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, to be fair, they take out my 16 weeks holiday.
Yeah, it's a shit, isn't it?
Oh my god, 16 weeks.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is like what's most of the year. That's crazy. I hate you. I just hate all teachers.
It's not most
I didn't
of you,
hate
is it?
teachers as a student. I quite liked a lot of my teachers. Now they're all... Can I say cunts? I'm saying cunts. They're all a bunch of cunts, alright? And I hate them. And I hate you. And I hate you the most.
I hate him the most. You've got to remember, I'm not private.
No.
I'm public, so I don't get 16
Exactly,
weeks.
yeah.
Anyway, guys, let's go on to the main topic. Because we haven't got all day to speak about it. Only 16 weeks.
Very funny.
Yeah. Main topic, guys. So the main topic this week is we are... Actually, as of next week onwards, I have planned out main topics. This week, I was sitting there like... Yeah, as in we've got like games looking forward to next year. We're doing an indie game shopping list, where we're going to choose 3 weird and wonderful, quirky indie game items that we're going to share with the community. If you know there's someone out there that's an indie game lover, treat them
what
to
to
this.
get them for Christmas?
And it could be anything. Like
poutine.
Was I said to you on the phone? It could be a Super Meat Boy dildo.
Yes.
And that probably will exist. Yeah.
Yes. Probably. You got the vapors.
Yeah.
Oh,
but no.
I got the vapors.
But no. So what we're doing this time is we're talking about hidden gems. We could have gone on for ages about hidden gems. I'm going to be doing a whole video about it at the end of the year, like 10 hidden indie game gems from this year. And these are ones that we're gonna take together, and we're gonna do one each for now. Just have a quick chat about games you possibly or probably missed. If you listen to the podcast on a regular basis over the course of this year, chances are you heard us speak about these games. If you're new to the podcast, and there are a lot of new listeners because our numbers have been very nice on audio-wise recently. So if you are a new listener, then this is a great way for you to go back and go, ooh, I might go check this game out. Dan, do you want to kick us off?
Yes.
He does, convincingly.
Yeah.
I did that convincingly.
Yes.
So hidden gems, we're not talking about what we think is like the best game of the year, but we're talking about games that most people will have skipped over or forgotten about. And one of the games that I've really enjoyed this year is The Gardens Between, which is a puzzle game.
Yeah.
It's on my Switch.
Oh.
Yes.
I finally played it.
It's a puzzle game that plays with time as a mechanic. Movement and time and how you progress around it. And it's so beautifully done. It's about a boy who is moving away from his childhood friend. Which is something I did a lot growing up.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time moving around the country. I was born in Nottingham, ended up down here when I was 16. But in between that time, we moved all over the shop. So there's a real sweetness to it, and every level is based on a different part of their life together or moments they had together. And as you travel around the puzzle, you kind of walk backwards and forwards. And as you walk forwards, time goes forwards. As you go back, walk backwards, time unfolds again. And you've got to kind of move yourself around these time mechanics to either finish a picture which will allow you to get to the top, or there's lots of really clever bits in there.
There's like multiple paths in there, some that are longer and some that are shorter, and you have to send one on the right one and one on the other one.
Yeah.
To make sure you build you're basically rebuilding the level.
Yeah.
Or rebuilding
the memory.
Yeah.
It's the one I always mention about the dinosaur bones. That's my favourite.
Yeah, the lizard bones that go up the edge.
They're kind of building up, and it's just like, this looks so good.
And at the very end, it will zoom out and show you it. But one of the things I really liked about it was, as I was playing through the game, I found out that there were hidden puzzles that you don't have to do to complete the game, but they then give you secrets and they give you extra little bits. One of them was they're playing an old video game. I think it's like a SNES or something, NES, and you can actually end up trying to play the game by moving time backwards and forwards. Now you can completely ignore it and solve the overall overworld puzzle and think, oh, that's just something pretty on the screen.
Yeah.
But if you actually move yourself in time properly, you can play the game and get this flying bird through to the end. And when you do that, you open up a secret, and you're like, this is next level stuff. This is that little bit of depth to puzzle games that then make you want to play it a lot. Yeah. It's very well made. It's very pretty. It's not huge. It's not going to take you forever to complete.
Yeah.
But it is one of those games that once you've completed it, you're then going to sit there going, was that a little bit? Or there are certain puzzles that I don't think I'll ever forget. The playground puzzle, where you've got to get the seesaw right and the rocking things, and like the lizard, the skeleton things. They're going to stay with me as memories forever. There are lots of puzzle games I'll forget.
Yeah.
Just like, oh yeah, I really enjoyed that, but I won't. This has specific moments that have now become part of my lexicon of gaming, and it's
very cool.
It's available everywhere. It's on Xbox, PS4, Nintendo Switch, PC. It's not even Xbox. It's like less than a tenner.
Yeah, it's a brilliant game.
It's
really
very
loved
good.
it.
It's probably one of the best puzzle games I've played for a long, long time.
Yeah.
In terms of how well designed it is.
Yeah, it's not stupidly challenging.
No.
As in, a lot of puzzle games would be like, we need to make this crazy hard, because that's what makes a puzzle game good, right? You're like, well, no, that's not. It's not about making the hardest games that only Mensa people are going to be able to solve.
Yeah.
It's about making a game that's
satisfying to
flows.
play,
And do feel like we said when we were, I can't remember the game was, but it's about having that bit of paper and writing outside the game and writing.
That was Lake Ridden.
Lake Ridden,
yes,
when we were at Thingy, yeah. These little bits make the game so much better, and that's what the Gardens Between does.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It's a really good game. Very, very good game. It came out February this year, I believe.
It was right at the start of the year, yeah.
Nice. Tom, do you want to go next, or shall I go next?
I can go next.
Go for it, my friend.
Took a minute to think of something, but to be honest, a lot of the stuff I played this year that's come out this year, I've said before, not really been that good.
It's not been a great year.
Yeah, for what I've played anyway. There's a lot of games that you guys have played,
that
you've liked, and I just haven't been able to play it, unfortunately. But it is, I've gone with Hell Let Loose.
Nice.
Is that fully released yet?
It's in early access, but you can
still
still have
access,
it.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like Fortnite won Game of the Year.
Good point. Yeah, you make a good point. So Hell Let Loose is a World War II first-person shooter, sort of almost like verging on simulation shooter.
Yes.
And it's just so good. It's so well put together. It's hard to believe it's early access sometimes.
Yeah.
You get great stuff like that.
I feel like I've missed a huge part of this game.
What do you mean?
Because I haven't played it with you guys yet.
Oh, yeah.
I have played this game, and yes, I agree with you. It's a great simulation shooter.
Yeah.
But I don't think you've really played the game until you've had Lewis on your team.
Yes, which I have had Lewis on my team. And it's a hindrance. It's a handicap.
I didn't grow up playing PC shooters, and the whole idea of people the whole idea of proximity chat.
No, the whole idea is
saying
don't shoot your teammates.
No, but I'm on about the first time we're in there, and whole someone speaking back to us. I'm like, Tom, I think someone's speaking to us. He's like, yeah, they can hear you, and I'm like, what? I thought we were in a. He's like, no, we're a squadron.
Yeah.
In this team. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, and there's proxy mic stuff with like.
What way you can
Yeah, because I'm going like, yeah, guys, let's go there. He's like, it's proxy mic.
Yeah, like.
And I've never played a game with people like the guy we played with, who was really nice.
Yeah.
But
The community seems
super
very, very
serious.
nice.
And the guy's like, right, I'm telling you, 3 o'clock. It's going this way here. We got bogeys, and I'm just like.
You're like, yeah! Like running in, shooting him.
I was terrified because the way he was acting. I was like,
it can be very tense. There are moments of serious. There was a great moment. I don't know if it was when we were playing together. Remember there was a small
plane.
No. I'm talking about it was like a stream really.
Yes, we were playing together. You were separated from me.
A tunnel underneath, just a small footbridge. But there's a small squad of us in there. But they just knew we were there, and they were just hammering fire on our position, and we were completely suppressed. So we were just like hiding in this tunnel, and just like bullets everywhere, and it was like, we're done. and like I think like maybe we can leave now, and then one of us would go and leave, and he'd just get lit up, and I just want him just get torn to shreds with bullets. And like, well, guess we're staying here for a while. And then there was that time that we were in our actual squad.
Yeah,
doing a mission almost. We were like the whole squad together. We had a leader, and then we flanked the whole map. And
you were not the leader.
It was someone who could play the game. We flanked the entire map and started taking out tanks like as a little secret team, and it was really good.
It was so
very tense. We were in that hedgerow. We suddenly heard the engine of the tank start up.
Yeah,
we were like this is it.
See, I played it solo, so I haven't had the guys with me, and I ended up with a group, and there was a machine gun nest in one of the corners, and we did the whole military run of you go to the edge where the fences are, you split into two, one goes left, one goes right, one lot is distracting, so the machine gun nest goes there while the other lot run in, and as you're playing it, you're sucked into this world, and you're like, fuck me, this is seriously good.
It's great.
Apart from the fact that I too could not tell the difference between friendlies and the Germans.
That's part of the simulation of it, isn't it?
There was one point we were heading towards a farmhouse.
Yeah.
Just one of the buildings, the outbuildings. Yeah. And we knew there were guys in there. We knew there were guys. There were going to be. I think there were allies in there because we were playing the Germans. And I was sat on the other side with my rifle. And the idea was they were going to blast in. I had to wait for these guys to come running out the back.
Right.
So we were going to throw grenades in. They were going to run out. And that's where we were going to take them down.
Yeah, very good.
Right? And it was like, we've got this. Grenades went in. Boom, 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 boom. Doors open at the back. People come running out. Pop, pop. I take 2 of them down. I'm like, oh my. I have this shit. You have killed 2 friendlies. It was my guys.
Yeah.
There was no one in the building.
Oh,
we got so excited by this building and spent so long doing it. The guys had already buggered off.
To be fair, they shouldn't have run out the back.
Well, yeah, that is very true.
Yeah,
but still,
I don't blame
I did.
you for that. But it's hard. It's hard to on a first glance. It's hard to tell the difference between.
It is all about the helmets and the uniforms.
You've got to know the silhouette of your guys. So that is a friendly. And sometimes you'll be watching someone for a while. You know, you've got a real good beat on them. You're like, okay, do I shoot?
Is that mine?
Do I shoot? Never question. Never question.
Yeah, Lewis's response. Take him out.
If you do get shot by a friendly, it will come on your screen who on your team killed you. It will say so and so killed you.
Say Lewis.
Yeah, exactly. And you'll be like.
I'm still so happy with that one shot.
You shouldn't be.
I don't care.
It's still a perfect shot. That's the other bit about it. As you kill them, you're like, oh my god, that shot was beautiful. Yeah, okay, I killed the wrong guys.
Yeah.
But what a shot. You do feel good about the shot. Because the weapons have that impact to them. They have that responsiveness that
I played too much.
Doom Pit doesn't.
I played too much. Not I play tons of COD, but like I would do things where I'd be running towards them and people would move my bush. So I just throw a grenade thinking, I'll just throw a grenade to clear it out. And then all my guys would be like,
yeah.
It's got friendly fire, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I forgot.
Sorry guys, I just killed a whole squadron.
Like
everyone's under push. And they're like, oh shit.
But it's a seriously good game.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's probably one of the best World War II shooters I've played. I don't know. I can't think of any other ones. I mean, I played all the old CODs and stuff, and they're great World War II shooters, but it's a different kind of game.
They're arcade shooters,
Exactly,
whereas you say this is more a simulation.
Yeah, this is if you've played Battlefield, is the most popular sort of similar thing to it. It's like Battlefield, but more
Yeah,
hardcore.
Battlefield's still heading
Yeah.
towards
I mean,
that
especially
arcade
nowadays.
edge.
Yeah. But it has that. It's more like that than it is like COD.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably the biggest like simile I can give you for another game that's like it. But I think it's better than Battlefields I've played recently.
Nice.
Yeah.
Held it loose. Early access at the moment on PC.
Steam. Yeah.
But it is all set to, because it's Team 17 behind it. As long as it has, as long as it had, it's had a lot of content updates.
Yeah.
Player base seems to be pretty solid on it.
And it runs great as well.
Runs really
Yeah.
well. But it will be coming to consoles, potentially coming to consoles in the future. But I don't know how well it would do on consoles.
I think it's going to do alright.
I think it would do quite well.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Because I think there is a large community now who have been playing COD for years and are kind of bored of the arcade edge and also just taking shit from teenagers.
Yeah.
You won't get teenagers in this, will you?
No, because they won't like it. They'll get killed too quick.
Yeah.
It'll be too hard.
I mean, it's what can you take like 2 bullets at the most?
If
you're bloody
only one of mine.
Yeah, because he walks right up to you as you're crawling along the floor and I got one.
Like, look at this
that was
idiot
me.
crawling through our base.
The first thing that he did
Yeah,
when we
we
played the game together, I was like, oh, you in, Lewis? You in on the mic? And he jumps out of this building. And I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And he just goes and just kills me immediately. Yeah, and I was like, excellent. This is going to be a good game. Should also say if you are going to play it, the matches are very long.
They are 2 hours, 2 hours. Well, there can be less if you win, but if you don't
if you've got a really solid team, then it'll be quicker. But obviously, it's a lot of push back and forth until someone wins. Yeah, awesome game.
Nice. My indie gem from this year I'm going with is Rain Swept, which is the 2D detective style story-driven game made by old Armand. Remember when you met him at EGX Resd?
Yes.
You played a game
yes,
at
yeah,
Resd. It's a game I was really excited by when I played a demo like last year, and then I played the actual game this year. Some people were like, "Oh, the animations are a little bit goofy," and I've seen a few reviews. This is a real under the radar game that no one's really spoke about. The reviews I've seen, I think, have been overly harsh, and the reason I say that is no one has mentioned how good the story is. No one's mentioned how good the writing is. No one got the fact this is basically an Inspector Morse nod the whole way through. Everything's like. Literally, there's even a part where can dress up as Inspector Morse. Like, you can literally wear his clothes. And people just played this game and then they were like, oh, the running animation's a bit goofy. And it is a little bit goofy, but he came out himself and it's a completely solo developed project. Like, he'd done the music, he'd done everything. And he's like, I'm not an animator. Like, I'm trying to learn, guys, crying out loud. Like, but it was a story it was a game that kind of whisked me off for the 6-7 hours it stayed around for, and I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed chatting to the people in this. It's very Twin Peaks, and I enjoyed chatting to the people of this town, and everyone's got a hidden secret somewhere. The game doesn't massively elaborate on those because you got to remember this is a very small budget solo dev game. You can clearly see this person's ideas were to have it all. I wish you could go this person and this person, but what I will applaud them for is. They knew the limitations. They teased a lot of stuff, but they kind of kept it in where they could, and that meant that they ended up with a solid, tight story that went on throughout. Whereas so many times you play these games and they end up being ugh, by the end of it because they had all these ideas, no budget and no time scale to get the ideas done. Where they've clearly gone, this is my first game. I'm going to get this done here, this done here, this done here. Out we go, and I loved it. It's you play as a detective who's come from a big city, goes to Sleepy Town. There's a murder very early on, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, can we get this cleaned up, please, mate? We've got a carnival soon." Like, you know what the small towns are like. It's like we've got the big carnival, so all the tourists come to this carnival.
It's always a bloody carnival.
Yeah, like, and he's like, "Well, no."
It tracks murder.
And
a carnival.
And you can act as a detective. You can choose how you react to them, and you're like, "No, I'm the detective here," and then you do kind of have a very mild relationship status where some people you can't have some conversation options if you piss people off, basically.
Yeah.
So there is some of that stuff going on, which naturally I pissed a lot of people off.
Oh, you just ran a bit, so.
And yeah, it kind of goes on, and then there's these flashback moments to happen. But I don't want to say any more because where it went isn't where I expected it to go, and that was quite nice. So I was like, oh, I didn't expect this. And then when it started going down that rabbit hole, I was like, oh, okay, cool, and it done it well. It's a very good game. It's super cheap. I mean, it's like £5 on Steam or something like that. Oh. He really wants it to get it on consoles.
Yeah.
He just needs a publishing deal to get it on consoles, and it's a shame. It's one of those indies at the moment that is just I never see anyone speak about it. Every time I go somewhere, I'm like, play Rainswept, Play Rainswept. I'm always there. Go play Rainswept. It's going to feature in the video at the end of the year. It's one of my, I wouldn't say it's game of the year, but in terms of if I had to do an individual list of one of my favourite games of the year, it's one of my favourite games I've played this year. Yeah, I mean, you could spend 50 quid on Death Stranding, you could spend £5 on Rainswept.
Well, you make a very good point.
Yeah, exactly. No, he hates Kojima.
Who hates Kojima?
No, that's what people are going to be saying, isn't
I
it?
hate Kojima. I'm saying it. I hate
So,
you two are butt buddies of Kojima.
I don't.
what are you on about?
You love him.
No, I don't.
What the fuck are you talking about? Do you not
do.
remember EGX?
Yeah, you love him. You like
You
Kojima.
spent the whole time talking to me about, Kojima. I love Kojima. I can't wait for this. This is going to be the greatest game ever. And then you drew that little doodle.
Kojima.
Do you not remember this?
Stop.
It was you bent over with your trousers down and Kojima behind it giving you some pleasure and you being like, I can't wait for Death Stranding 2.
Yeah, I'm already looking for the sequel.
That's right, yeah.
He's gone full James Cameron. He's just announced Death Stranding 5.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for that. Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
Is that it?
That's
We're
it.
done.
That's
We're
the
done.
podcast.
We made it to the end.
Enough of this.
Guys,
And
thank
so
you.
did you. Well done.
Yeah,
Thank you so
congrats.
much for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching, listening, whatever you chose to do. If you did listen, then you can go head over to youtube.com/Indecredible, where you can watch any game we spoke about, especially the games at the end. You'll have like gameplay of the game, trailers of the games. Alder's Blood will have gameplay of it up there live. So will Deliver Us to Moon. So will Sparklight. So all those games have like extended gameplay if you want to see what they look like. Vice versa, if you did watch us just one time and you're thinking, do you know what, I haven't got time to watch these guys every week, but do you know what, I like the podcast. We're available on all podcast services. Literally type in Indecredible and we are on all of the podcast services. You can go subscribe to us over there. And if you like them, then why not drop us a little review, because it really does help us boost up those ratings. But anyway, guys, we're off to record a Patreon post show, which you can get your hands on for $1 a month over on patreon.com/Indecredible. Link is also in the description below because we're convenient and we hook you up like that. You scratch my back, I will not scratch yours.
But we will take your cash.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
please.
it. Guys, thanks as always. Until next time, just stay Indecredible.
Feels like ages since we've said that one.
Yeah. Did we drop that or did we keep it going?
No, you dropped it.
I always drop it. I drop the ball on everything. Goodbye.
Ciao.
Post show.
Post show.
Post show.
Did you guys see Terminator Dark Fate?
I've heard very good things about it.
Okay, I've seen it.
Is it good?
Yeah, I quite like it. It's right.
I've heard it's a very good reset.
It's fine. Yeah.
I've heard that Arnie and What's Your Chops are very
Linda
good.
Hamilton.
I've heard the rest of it's
Yes.
all a little bit shit.
I would.
Not great.
I don't think. I think shit's far too.
Okay.
It's the best Terminator since Terminator 2.
Oh no, I've heard that,
Yeah,
but I've heard that the other characters just don't.
They're fine. I don't mind. Grace is her name. She's the Augment. She's human, but she's stronger. You know, she's got toughened skin and everything. And she's not like overpowered because she can only do it for a certain amount of time, and she starts like having a seizure and passing out because she's a human being.
Women.
But
I bet the male, the villain, doesn't do that, does he?
no, he's a machine.
There you go. No, he's male.
Oh, you're
He's
right.
a machine.
That's what I mean. But yeah, I think he's.
One day we'll get a
good
female
Terminator.
patron and they'll be like, why the fuck do I subscribe to these?
Why have I paid this money?
Yeah.
Female vegan.
We're not going to get a female patron, mate.
That'd be hilarious if we got one female patron and she was vegan.
That would last one month.
One episode.
One episode. She should be like, nope.
I'll have that money back. Thank you very much.
But yeah, I think it's pretty good. It's not perfect, and it's something it does at the beginning that is very controversial to Terminator fans.
What's that?
Oh, I can't. It's a major spoiler, but it is right at the beginning of the film.
Oh, okay.
So it's up to you if you want to hear it or not.
I'm not going to go see it. So.
Yeah, go on, say it. I'm not
Okay.
too fussed on watching it.
Right, spoilers. Terminator Dark Fate happens again. It's the first thing that happens, but it is a huge spoiler.
Yeah.
Has he got a massive schlong? So he do that scene again. And
It
he's
doesn't
like,
do schlong scene.
Poof.
No one hangs dong in this film, not one person.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate.
It's like that, you know.
Do you see boobs? There's boobs in this film, yeah. Which
Okay,
is,
that's good.
Free boobs? Like a nod to Total Recall?
nah, just the two. Just the two. But you see him maybe twice. So
Come on, what's the
technically
spoiler?
Four.
So the spoiler. So the film opens. First of all, it gets you hooked immediately because it shows Sarah Connor's tapes from the psychiatric hospital
Nice.
where she's talking about her dream. And
Yeah.
it just shows that tape, and you're like, "Fuck, that film's so good." And then it shows Sarah de-aged on a beach, like
Yeah.
a year after Judgment Day was supposed to have happened.
Yeah.
De aging is incredible on Linda Hamilton.
Okay.
I was blown away when I saw it. I was lost for words.
I bet they recorded it like 20 years ago.
Well, as people are asking,
so...
people were like, maybe it's old stuff.
Yeah.
It's that good. People were like, is it old footage? And it's not. It's de-aged.
Wow.
It gets a little bit hokey because then you see John, de-aged, Edward Furlong.
And he's not that good in it.
He's not. Well, he's not as good de-aging. It's a little bit sort of. And then they just sit on the beach. He's flirting with some other teenage girl at a little bar in something that's like fucking in Mexico or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you see sort of over Sarah's shoulder, someone starts walking past her, and then John starts turning around. It's Arnie. It's a T-800. Shoots John dead in the chest with a shotgun.
Ooh.
Kills him immediately, and then he just turns around and walks away. And then Sarah's like, no. But yeah, John's dead. Dies right at the beginning of the film.
I don't mind
so
that.
they're
Because
scrapping.
it kind of gets rid of Salvation.
Well, no, it
it
gets
does
rid
it
of
anyway,
all
yeah.
of them.
Yeah, but I
does it
don't
anyway.
mind. Well, it doesn't get rid of 2, which is
One and
that's
2 are
fine.
still canon to this film.
Yeah.
But this is
I'm
one
fine,
year
I think-
after Judgment Day was supposed to have happened.
I think I'm fine with that, to be honest.
Do you know what I mean?
So,
So
they
they
couldn't have sent anything back because John Connor is the one who's.
This is what the way they do it is basically they sent back multiple Terminators to try and kill John at one point. And that was one of the Terminators, and he just happened to find him eventually.
But then they wouldn't have sent multiple Terminators back to kill John Connor because John Connor's dead.
No. Before this, no, but there's no paradox like that. How it works for this time, their time travel works like this. When you send something back,
is it back to the future
even
time
if that
travel?
future gets rewritten, the thing that was sent back will stay there.
Oh, okay.
So this Terminator
okay.
was basically carrying out orders from Skynet that doesn't exist anymore.
Yes.
So it's
but it was sent back in time, so it's still within that,
so
right?
Yeah,
okay.
It's carrying out its mission, but say Skynet no longer exists
because it was on an alternate timeline.
Yeah, so now
it's back to the future.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's alternate future now. It's not Skynet anymore. It's Legion.
It's Amazon Prime.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Google.
Basically, it's an alternate future that is
Alexa, kill
same.
John Connor.
Yeah, so John Connor's not born anymore. Basically. But yeah, it's decent film.
Can we get an Alexa and find out what would happen if we go through all of the different time traveler ones and ask it to kill it? Alexa, kill Marty McFly.
I think you'd just be like, I don't understand. You know? I don't think it would give us much.
I cannot commit murder. All right, call him a chicken. That works.
What if you did it and it just started like Terminator time travel appears, like it starts going away in the lit sphere and lightning and stuff.
I would then shit myself and be like, oh my god, we have ultimate power.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Worth seeing.
I think so. If you like Terminator, it's worth seeing. It's bombed financially.
Yeah,
it's not made its money back.
Oh, okay.
No,
really not done
which
well.
is a shame because it's a shame because obviously Genesis was much worse.
That's probably why, because they've just
people
dragged
just
it out
yeah,
too long.
no doubt, that's what it is. But it's a shame because this one is so much better than the other ones that we've had.
That's a damn shame.
Do you know
it's
what
not
I watched this week?
film. I don't want to oversell it. Either.
Other than Firefly and all that, you know, my big kick of watch the making of videos. Like,
yeah,
right.
Watch the making of Titanic, and it's incredible.
I bet it is. Yeah.
Actually incredible.
Yeah.
Like, I was blown away by it because the film was made in '97 and it looks pretty flawless, and this is before CGI. Like,
film, yeah.
And I found out how they made them.
Do you think the model and all that stuff's great?
Well,
I do. I think the filming of it is incredible, and I think
I'm not
what
fussed
he
on the
did
film.
with it, I think the film is
talking
a
about
bag
the
of
effects.
shite.
Yeah, the effects.
But no, the whole thing's brilliant. But then again, I kind of expect that from him. I know that's overrated, but he's actually really good. When you move him away from the electronics bits and you actually get him back to doing what he was really good at, which is practical effects and lighting and scenes, you can't beat him.
Yeah,
it truly is.
But he built
great at making worlds.
A replica size set. Like one half. So
half the ship.
Yeah, and then the rest of it was all done with models. They had like over 100 models.
Yeah, but you say models like that.
Oh yeah,
they're not models like
some
that.
Of them they
should have fit it in this.
There are tiny ones, but they're also fucking huge things.
So
you
the
could
model
sit
with
on
the
and
ice,
swim.
because like the whole thing I was watching was like about the ice,
right?
And how flawless hitting the iceberg looks. And basically, the way they done everything was the people were on the green screen, and they were just composited onto the model.
Yeah.
But then the way they done ice was, and they took it away. It's just 4 guys over the model, just pouring bags of ice onto the thing. It's like pouring it on and shaking it off. And then you can actually see it because there's like a clear line where the ice just starts pouring on. It's not actually off the iceberg because it's so seamless in the film.
You never notice.
It's hard to notice it.
Yeah.
And then and the only the only thing there's nothing real basically in that whole scene. But the way they took the boat and then they put the green screen on and
so well
and the same with like when the boat goes up and then sinks. That's just a big model, but they had to keep gluing it together, and it took like 4 months to put back together and glue together because they got it wrong twice, so they had to film it 3 times.
Oh, God.
And they had to use explosives to blow it up. And the only people that are CG on there are all the extras, and they're filming them in swimming pools. And at the end scene when there's people in the water, they're just the same scene, like duplicators.
Oh right, yeah.
Loads. But it's incredible. Like watching that, I was just like, this guy is a genius.
Yeah.
Like absolute genius.
When you watch Titanic and you start to get to the ship sinking bit, it's just non-stop. Like, oh fuck, this looks so good.
Yeah.
This is like so entertaining when the ship's sinking.
There's films now that still don't look like. I was talking to my father-in-law about it, about he like moaning about that Midway that's coming out. It just looks so CG. Like there's so much CG
looks
in that.
like a bit of a, I don't know. It looks quite wanky, that film.
Yeah, and he was saying, oh, but like, how do you get films like this releasing now, and you have films like that releasing back then? And I'm like,
yeah. I remember saying the same thing when I saw the
director
Hobbit.
and it's the money, isn't it?
When I saw the Hobbit and I saw the effects in that and some of the CG orcs and stuff, I was like, how does Lord of the Rings look better?
oh, Hobbit's so.
But that, yet again, that comes from the director.
Same director though.
Same director.
He did Bad Taste and he did bits like that, didn't he? For the Lord of the Rings. So he comes from a very practical base.
Yeah.
Peter Jackson is a very practical based person.
Yeah.
So when you stick him and you go, you've got no fucking money, you need to do as much of this practical based. And visually he can do that. He can set the lights and he can go that.
Yeah.
And then you look at like King Kong, which is a nasty piece of CGI mess. Because he
CGI,
did Lord of the Rings and they went, oh yeah, you've obviously great. Here's a shitload of money. And he went, let's just CG it.
Yeah.
I don't have to. Jesus, all that work I had to do to make Gandalf look bigger than Thing. He nearly killed me. Now, just CG it. You know, give Peter Jackson the chance to half-ass a job, and he will. Right?
The sets in the Lord of the Rings are nuts, aren't they? Like the leveling of the sets.
That's got some fantastic model work as well. So stuff like Minister, the model for that is incredible.
Yeah.
And that was huge. Like you could walk around on it.
Yeah.
Like it was obviously you look like an enormous giant, but you could
still,
walk around on the levels.
That's freaking cool.
Yeah.
You know,
I'd want to go in there afterwards and just destroy it like a giant.
Just go around, Godzilla! End of Sims. I've called it the Godzilla to crush it all. But yeah, no. So any time that Jackson had to do it practically, you're talking brilliant work.
Good stuff. Yeah, the makeup in the Lord of the Rings trilogy is fantastic.
Such a good trilogy.
Oh yeah.
The Hobbits.
I couldn't finish it.
No,
bad.
I didn't finish it either.
I like the book. I do actually like the book. Like, as soon as they announced
that book so many times.
the fact that it was going to be 3 films, I was like,
Why?
Mm-hmm. Like the book is smaller than any of the Lord of the Rings books.
Yeah.
And we've done 1 film per book there, and like, that is the ultimate.
Yeah.
How do we
crazy.
ring? We should have done. Let's just film a chapter.
Film a chapter.
Yeah. Just go for it.
Film a chapter.
Yeah.
Well,
17 years
so
later.
boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're doing the series now for Lord of the Rings. I wonder what that'd be like.
What is that?
What's
on
the other series
Amazon?
that's coming out that's looking? I'm
What's
like,
that?
oh, I want to see that.
The Mandalorian. The
Mandalorian, that's Disney, and we're gonna have to wait till March next year to see
Yeah,
that.
ages away, isn't it? Yeah.
Is that when it releases over here, Disney?
No, it's when Disney
Plus
releases over here.
releases,
It's
yeah.
March next year, which is
It's
fucking
November
pain.
in the States, isn't it?
Yeah,
There must be
they've got
a
it.
way of
They've
just.
got it.
Surely you can, like, on Netflix downstairs, I can just tell my account that I'm American. It gives me all the American films.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could probably do it if you constantly had your thing on American at all times.
yeah.
So my Switch, I've got an Australian account, an American account, and a UK account. Because I get the deals on all of them then. I go on there and I go,
Yeah,
oh,
you
Australia's
just
got
check-
this game on deal. I buy it in Australian dollars and
Right.
I can play it on my
That's
English
it.
account.
Okay.
But yeah, but no, if you want it just normal, we're gonna have to wait till next year. But the Mandalorian, it's not the Mandalorian. There's something else that's
His
coming
Dark
out.
Materials? Started last
That's
week.
already started.
Started last week, yeah.
Yeah, that's quite good.
I quite like it so far,
Yeah, it's quite good. No, there was something else. I can't remember what it is now. Watchmen, I still haven't seen.
I'm not interested.
I want to
What
watch
channel is that on?
Sky something?
Is it
Atlantic.
Sky?
HBO
Might
probably.
be Sky Atlantic.
Yeah, HBO Sky Atlantic over here, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah,
What is it then?
I can't remember what it is.
Was it? Can you remember what it's like? Anything about it?
It's another. It's a recreation of a movie
Right.
that's now been put into a TV form, and I'm like, that's far better than the movie because they're going to be able to really go into it
Jaws.
in depth. That's called Shark Week, mate. They already do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I was going to look it up, but I don't know what
Doctor
to Google.
Sleep's doing really well apparently. It's been reviewed really
I still
highly.
haven't seen
Yeah, I
that
wanna
yet.
see
I
that,
need to
yeah.
go and see
It's
that.
been reviewed very highly. Apparently, it does a great job of taking from Stephen King and Stanley Kubrick and
Sort of mashing it together.
and not mashing together, doing it justice. Saying
Right.
like, I'm not going to rip off your work. I'm going to build on it
Mhm.
while paying homage to you guys, basically. And apparently, it does a really nice job of it.
You right?
Mm-hmm.
You had a
I'm
furrowed brow,
fine.
Daniel. A furrowed brow.
Let's continue.
Is it because it said homage? Is that what it was?
Homage.
Homage. That's what it's called.
Homage.
Yeah.
Homage.
Yeah.
Homage. Right. Should we wrap up there?
I guess so.
Let's
yeah.
wrap it up. Let's leave it there.
All right.
We were going to talk about Animal Farm.
Oh, Animal
Oh.
Farm. I was talking about the porno.
I've never seen the porno.
There was a
You're
porno called Animal Farm.
There was a animated film in like the
Yeah.
late 90s. I've seen that.
There's porno as well.
There was a porno
Beg
called
your pardon.
Animal Farm.
About pigs.
All right. Is it just about pigs?
Yep.
Real pigs?
Yep.
People dressed as pigs.
Well, it's
It's
about
actually where
animal
Babe
fucking.
came from.
What?
It's where Babe came from.
Yeah, you know why Babe can talk.
Yeah.
Why? Oh, I see.
Yep.
I love that O there. That was a perfectly timed. You know why Babe can talk? No. Oh, shit.
My
That's
sometimes my
just
mouth talks
clicked
before my
in.
brain actually decides what to say. You know.
But yeah,
Yeah, that's it. Guys.
patrons, guys, thank you as always for your support.
Go Hawks.
And
Go
we will
Eagles.
see you again next week. Cheers, guys, and goodbye.
See you later.
Yeah.